And we're back once again. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, folks. How many weeks has it been since we've last been live?
2.
3.
Yeah, has it been 3? I
Three.
thought it was 2.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
our debut date was pretty much on the 8th, and now it's the 29th. So yeah, it's been 3 weeks, 21 days if you must.
Right, cool.
Anyway, welcome everybody to TK Total Knockout featuring...
Me, Power Pal Tom.
And Caden. Do you know what? We need to brand ourselves a proper intro at this point.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Rehearsals. Speaking of rehearsals, Darknet is going into rehearsals next week at Derby Theatre, premiering 27th and 28th of May at Derby Theatre. Please grab your tickets now. They are only about £10 for university students.
And if anyone has a working 20 to 26 inch TV, please let me know. I need to find one. I don't know where to look.
Thank you, Tom. What's your role?
Have IT not got any spare?
I don't know. I haven't asked yet.
Ask IT.
All
What are
right.
you meant to be? Deputy stage manager?
Assistant stage
Assistant
manager.
stage manager.
I don't know whether
Ooh,
that's higher
very
or
nice.
lower, but
I'm going to
there.
say lower for you, Tom.
Oh.
I'm so sorry in advance, which is funny because you're a lot taller than me in person.
yes.
But anyways, Tom, would you like to introduce the topic for this week's episode?
Yes, today's topic is art.
Art. Oh, what could that mean? Who knows? We'll find it out.
Will you? I
don't
don't
know.
know. I
you-
don't know that you're
Listen.
going to come to any conclusions today.
We're
to
going to
be
make
honest.
so much rambling nonsense.
But do you know what? The last 3 weeks I've been on a spiritual journey. So instead
Oh,
of
God.
pushing myself down, I'm now boosting myself up. So therefore, it creates ambition
What do
and
you-
drive for me instead.
What do you mean a
Okay.
spiritual journey?
So I've just really gotten to know myself as not only a physical being, but also as a mental being. Really being able to discover the compartments of myself that make up who I am based on my past experiences. And I think I've turned to realise that I've put myself down a lot more to make myself the joke of the room, because I thought that was the only way to come across, when actually I can be sophisticated and hardworking, which is why now I'm putting all the expectations straight up there, and we're going to reach it because I'm desperate to reach it.
Anyway, art.
Well, what does art mean? I mean, what is
What do you mean?
the
What does it mean? What's the definition of
well,
art?
what is it in your terms, Tom?
I don't know, like a drawing.
Drawing. Okay, let's talk about that then, because I used to draw quite a bit when I was younger, for example.
I do drawings.
Tell us all about it.
Okay, I draw. There you go. Enough said. What do you want me to say?
What a fantastic...
Oh, here's the definition of
Josh,
art.
let's see. Okay.
Here we go.
Josh, would you
Oh,
like
am
to-
I reading? Okay.
No,
You
I'll
always
read it.
do.
Can I
You pull
read it?
something up and
Yes.
you read it.
I'll read it.
Okay.
Fake cough alert. Art. The expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. An example of a sentence of the word art would be the art of the Renaissance. Another definition for art is the various branches of creative activity such as painting, music, literature, and dance.
Hang on, dance?
Yeah, dance is an art form. Absolutely is.
Are
You
you-
never
are
heard
you-
of contemporary dance?
Yeah, dance is art.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
So basically, you know, like for example in theatre, there's always a lot of art regarding not just political, but also in terms, we talk about like physical theatre and how emotions come across to different people.
Right.
And what that means and send that message. You can also do that with dance. So when you go, for example, see a dance show, a lot of, for example, if it's like quite sad, there'll be a lot more dramatic movements where they might suddenly move to the floor. And that is seen as an art form almost, because what they're doing is portraying some kind of emotion or feeling through a visual form to an audience.
I need to see some of this now.
Yeah, I know. You need
Pull
to
up some dance mums on the monitor.
yeah.
Put
is-
that on.
Yeah, that was it before watching Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Bob Ross. Have you actually... His speaking voice is what I've always seemed to aim for in life.
I hate Bob Ross.
What? Hang on.
He
National
sits there.
treasure.
He sits there so smugly. He's like, "Don't worry about the mistakes you make.
So
Just
like
put
you
this
then.
little." And then I do one line in pen. I can't fix that, Bob.
Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob Ross,
Absolutely
no, we can't.
not.
No, I love Bob Ross, honestly, because let's just admit it for 1 second, right? I don't normally like this other type of art form, but is he not basically the innovator of ASMR?
Innovator. Oh, well, I
Of
thought you were going to say
ASMR.
innovator of art because
No,
his
no.
art techniques were actually
no,
stolen.
I go back
But
centuries
anyway.
of that one. Thank you very much. I'm talking about in terms of ASMR. I'm not a fan of ASMR, but is he not in terms of how he speaks and what
Are
he
you
was known
trying
for
to say that
before?
ASMR isn't as a form of art, Caden?
That's interesting.
I
ASMR.
think it's a form of therapy for some people. Not for me, but for some people, I think it's therapy.
It's just rubbish, though, isn't it?
Deep thoughts, Josh. What are you thinking? Just say it. First
I don't. I'm not quite sure what I'm thinking. I'm just staring off into the distance.
you're staring at the
I'm
air
very
conditioning,
grateful I
hoping
haven't
it's
put-
still on.
Yes. I'm just glad I haven't put a camera on me yet.
Oh, how kind of you of yourself to do
Yep.
so.
Normally I do, but there's remnants of McDonald's in the way.
See, that is it. Is cooking an art
That's-
form now? I know it's not.
That's modern art there.
Ooh.
No.
Look at
No.
Andy Warhol
No.
Well, no,
painted
he's right.
cans.
Oh, yes,
Rubbish.
he did.
What does it symbolise?
Helping, community,
By leaving it on the table?
greed.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I was going to say.
And
you
that's
think-
how you become an art critic, everyone. Just question
Look
everything.
at the label. I tell you what. Let's do some. You want to
Look
talk about
at
art
the
therapy?
label.
You want to talk about art therapy? Let's do it for a second. Just grab that ketchup that you've not used yet. Look at the label. What colour do you see?
Red.
There are 2 shades of red on this label.
2 shades of red. Okay, got it.
Plus
Do you,
white, but
do you see an illustration of a tomato on there at all?
No, I see an illustration of a tomato.
I was about to say the same thing.
Hey, you both.
What do you mean, tomato?
Fine, a tomato then. Point is, that is some kind of art if you think about it.
No,
because
it's
someone-
not. That's
Yes,
a
they have-
symbol.
Someone, a designer has gone out of their
No,
way to
okay,
create that.
it is graphic design.
Thank you.
Yes, I suppose.
And graphic design is art.
You literally just said that McDonald's sauce packet is art.
No, but you want to talk about art being an art critic.
No,
art
I'd
is
say it
everywhere.
has art on it.
It's ridiculous.
But it is serious. Oh, so you're telling me that the Phantom Radio logo, you're telling me that's not art?
In a
Josh.
sense. In a sense.
Yeah, it is, exactly. That is
But
some-
it's not art. It's just a logo.
But is it not still a visual form that can portray to an audience as to what it's about?
No.
Well, I think it is.
What
because
even is the Phantom
because-
Radio logo?
You don't
I don't know it.
You're looking at it, Tom.
Am I?
On the Spoffles,
Have a
though.
look-
That's the
have a look
Phantom.
at my
What does that
microphone.
say? What does that say?
That says Phantom Media.
Yeah, no, I know what it says, but what does it say symbolically?
Well, I think it's not just about it. It's no, I didn't say it's all about symbolically. Sometimes it's got a simple message. The thing is that art can also be branding in terms of it's about the message you come across with, which is what the common theme is throughout art. And in this case, it's clear and simple. This is showing like a screen capture with the 4 corners being that the way they are, almost like you're recording with a camera. And I think that says enough as to what Phantom Media is about. For example, it's not always about having to be these complex topics. I'm going off today. I
He's
feel
gone
so
insane.
proud of myself.
He's gone, ladies and gentlemen.
Three weeks off, and this is what I've came back to.
Come
It's just
back
me.
and you've started fighting
Yeah.
over the Phantom
Seriously.
Media logo.
But is fighting an art? I don't think it is.
No, it is.
Well, you're from Stoke,
No,
so go on.
hear me out. Certain types can be considered an art form.
That's true. That's true.
Martial arts.
Sumo wrestling.
Sumo wrestling isn't an art. That's just pushing someone. Sword fighting.
I was about to say sambuca, but I realise that's a drink.
Using a gun can technically be an art.
What's that
No.
thing?
No, you can. You can do gun tricks. Like with a revolver, you can flip it
Oh,
around.
okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I thought you meant like
I'm not about
firing
just
a
shooting
gun.
it. Unless you're doing like
Americans are
clay
so
pigeon
happy
shooting.
right now.
If you throw something to shoot it, that's kind of an art.
It depends what you do with
What
it.
if-
If you design
No,
something with
What
it.
if you had a machine gun and you drew someone's face with the bullets? There you go.
That is a form
art
of
with a
art.
gun.
technically. No, he's right about that. In that
No,
sense-
you
Yes.
are making art using a gun.
Yes.
The gun is not art.
Well, the mechanisms is.
So what
Hmm.
about a paintbrush, for example? A paintbrush is associated with art, but that doesn't mean that itself is art.
Yeah.
Well, no, because that's just a
I
brush.
love how we've equivalent a gun to a paintbrush. This is so problematic already.
17 minutes in, guys.
17 minutes.
And we've only been talking for 10 of them.
This is Tom's fault, honestly.
Why is it my fault?
Right, well, okay. Well, I tell you what one of my favourite art forms is sewing. I think if there's anything I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, ladies and gentlemen, is that I love sewing. It is a type of art. Don't you give me that facial expression, young sir.
So Tom's looking skeptical.
I don't know whether it is a bit of art though.
Well, I think it is. Look at all of these amazing designs
No,
that people do
think
for...
I think it is. I think sewing is what sewing produces is artistic. So therefore,
It's artistic. It doesn't mean it's an art.
sewing is an art.
Nah, mate.
It is. It's a skill that requires craft and design
Right.
and technique.
And
So's brewing beer.
That's some kind of form of art people don't
art is,
know.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Some
It's
like
performative, isn't it, essentially?
Well, no, that
If
just
someone-
depends
okay.
on certain beers and in certain bar. If you go to like Spoons, it's not very artistic there, is it?
No,
like,
but
mate, what do you
no,
want?
but
A
that's
pint?
like mass produced. Like we're going on about like.
It's like people who make their own signature cocktails, for example. That is almost a form of art because what they're doing is they're getting
Yeah.
ingredients or components of something and crafting it into something for other people.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
gonna make a cocktail then.
yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's my weekend sorted.
I think officially the university it does let alcohol on its premises. They serve it next door. I was about to say the university doesn't condone drinking on campus, but they serve.
Josh slurring his words at all.
He's had
Are you
some.
sure they allow alcohol as well?
they serve old moot next door in base camp.
But yeah, it's a type of art form. Like bartending is also a kind of art form as well. But does all art have to be performative? I don't think it does. Because what is performative?
Sorry, were you expecting me
I'm
to
just
comment?
confused.
I feel as though
I
you were expecting a
I-
comment.
I thought we was on the same wave, same page, chapter 2, line 4, article 6. I thought that's where we were both at, Josh, but alright. But that's what I'm saying, it is some kind of form of art. Sewing is definitely a form of art.
Is
Right,
this
okay.
art?
Because you're getting something visual, like your fabrics, for example.
Does art
whether-
have to be a visual?
Not necessarily. I mean, we learnt all about the different types of theatre, for example. I mean, what was the... Live Foley? Live Foley is a type of art.
That's still visual.
It's auditorio.
No, it's still visual because it's there.
Not necessarily.
You see it happen.
But they rely on the microphones, kind of like what we are right now, to
You
produce
still
some
see
kind
it
of...
happen.
Produce some kind of form. No, but what I'm... Okay, shadow theatre then.
Still performative.
Okay, well, what about all the times that we use different objects to make different noises?
That's just live Foley. You've just gone in a circle.
But the point, okay, but not all of them who perform with like live Foley, for example, do have some kind of action going on besides them at the microphone, crinkling or rapping, whatever that they're using to create that kind of sound. The point I'm saying is that with sound in live Foley, it is a type of art because what they're trying to do is that they're trying to create a scene for you throughout the use of imagery, and they're trying to let you go through the imaginary storyline that they're putting you through or that you create by yourself as an audience member, and letting you follow through that in order to create something in your mind so that way you have a perfect image of what they're trying to portray on stage as a message.
Right.
I'm exhausted already.
I'm just confused.
How are you confused?
I thought this topic would be easy to talk about because I do drawings.
You chose art out of all things.
I did choose now.
It's like choosing...
You said, what topic do you want to do? And I was there talking to my mates and I was like, art.
Oh, sorry, I didn't let him choose, but I asked him what he wanted to do today. I didn't let him choose.
I didn't choose, someone else did.
Behind who did?
Move.
Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, but did you had a choice not to go along with it or go along with it? We've got a bunch of topics ready.
Do we?
Yeah, I do.
You've never brought this up.
No, because I used to have it with back in the old show
This is
that I used to do.
ridiculous.
Josh, don't you dare
Anyway,
do that.
art. Back on track.
All right, back on track.
Tell us
then.
about your sewing.
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, like my number one hobby, I've been getting into it now for like nearly 2 years, but like I like making clothes. I like just sewing. I like designing stuff. I like putting things together. I've actually nothing that I'm wearing right now though, so I'm not gonna say that. But like I have made some clothes before that I have worn out and about. I'm often quite more fond of like more loose or sheer fabrics, for example, like even something like, again, just sheer, or like even like lame or something.
What's
It's
sheer?
Like, sheer.
Yeah, sheer. What is it?
It's like when something doesn't have much opacity. It's a type of fabric.
Well, so it's like invisible cloth.
No.
not necessarily
It's
invisible,
just
but
more.
like
It's
thin.
just more. It's like okay, let's say like this. What I'm wearing right now, typical fabric, right?
Yeah.
If you had one end and I had the other, and I put my handprint against it, you wouldn't be able to see my hand, as in the actual thing in my hand.
Yeah,
You might be
yeah.
able to see the shape of it if I press along it like that.
Right.
But you won't be able to see like my physical hand, like as the full thing, like you are right now with your eyes.
Yeah, I can.
Sheer, you can see that because it's got less opacity through the fabric, which is why, for example, when people wear like sheer clothing, they won't pull it in certain places. Like a lot of people don't have it on their chest, for example. A lot of people won't have it like where their behind is, for
Hang on,
example.
so is it like a mesh top?
Yeah.
Oh, right, now I get you.
Yeah, it is exactly that, to be fair. Mesh is more, in terms of like making it, mesh is more like almost crinkly material than sheer.
You're looking at me for help.
No,
here,
I'm just
Caden.
talking. I'm just talking. Don't worry. This is the one thing I'm an expertise at. Like, I'm quite thingy about it, but no, I absolutely love it. I love just. I mean, I can't tell you what my favorite fabric is to work with. The worst fabric to work with out of all of them is definitely any form of leather.
Oh, no.
Leather is the hardest fabric I think to
Yeah,
work
but it's
with.
also the coolest.
Yeah, I mean, I love leather as well, so I completely get that. But that's because I love wearing the colour black for whatever reason. But I absolutely love it.
All right.
But I also hate working with leather. It's so hard
Yeah, but
because it's one of them materials that, like, once you put a seam through it, you can't make any mistakes. And I am not.
Well, you could.
No.
Surely.
No, because with a lot of fabrics, you can either cover it up or it may not even go like. What I'm trying to say is like, so like with cotton, for example, extremely like the most common fabric, right? And also the easiest to work with. You can make mistakes through that, and you could either unstitch it, you can either just cover it up, or you could just cut it up, and then that way it's probably not that much to your waste, and it's also very thin material. With leather, it's extremely thick. It's also very durable, but also very strong. It is also very hard to cut with or make interesting shapes with without some kind of expert technique. It's hard to work with, and I'm saying as an
All right.
avid leather lover.
Right.
Avid leather lover.
Have you ever made like a leather jacket?
No,
Oh.
It's one of them fabrics, kind of. I mean, I have started to work with denim now, but it's one of them fabrics that I do not. I will learn how to work with it eventually because this is generally the only hobby that I've seen to have kept interest at. But it's one of those things I'm going to need a lot more because I still make mistakes on simple fabrics. You know, nothing too bad. I can fix those mistakes. But with something like leather, I don't feel confident that I won't be able to make a mistake and be able to fix it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So there's that for you. Actually, I once wore a pair of trousers that I came into theatre arts with, and I think I told some people about this. But and it was with some kind of basic like, it's like cotton, but like some kind of synthetic material. But point is, I wore that, but because I did the zipper wrong, I had to wear it back to front essentially. I mean, you couldn't tell because there's no labels or anything on it, or like no pockets, because I just made simple
No
trousers.
pockets?
Yeah, well,
Oh, no.
yeah, well, pockets is another thing as well.
Well, you can't have
I
trousers.
can do pockets, but
yeah,
this is
but you
back
can't
before.
have trousers without pockets.
Well, no, I agree, but this is back before I was able to do pockets. I'm talking like probably like last year that I did this,
Right.
and so I had to end up wearing it back to front essentially, like putting the zipper that was meant for behind at the front, which actually wasn't too bad, but it did look a bit weird considering how it's constructed. 'Cause it's not like there was like any kind of things like fasten the front. It was just literally a zipper at the back.
Right.
So
Cool.
that's an art form. It was interesting. It's interesting as well to like see how things are constructed, which is, I think, construction again is a type of art. Architectural design.
Okay. You've got me there.
I tell you what, actually, if there's one thing I did used to be into, so like my thing in life, just in general for everyone listening, is that I try and find myself a hobby to do, to that way to get out of all the stress that's in my life. Since I do generally not sound like that person, but like I do just have a busy timetable in general, from like friends to family to work, etc. So I try and give myself one hobby, and one thing that I loved before I discovered sewing as something that I would love, I used to love the idea of interior design. I was going to go to college at one point and do interior design.
I don't like interior design.
Why?
Because I play The Sims.
Right, well, that's expected.
And I'm not that good at it. Although recently it's got good, but I'm not that good at it.
Well, Sims 4 does have the easier version of any kind of build mode that there
Well,
is.
no,
Let's
it's
be
got
honest.
the best.
But also
until
easier to
Paralyzed
use
comes
with.
up. But still,
Because like if you like forget to put foundation in Sims 4, boom, you put
Yeah,
point
you
it,
just pull
drag
it
it
up.
up, drag it up. And there you
Sorted.
go, sorted. But in the Sims, literally any other Sims game, in fact, I don't think Sims 1 had foundations. Sims 2 and 3, you had to get rid of that entire thing and start again, essentially. Or you just have to get rid of a little bit, put a bit of foundation, add it back on. You know?
That's an interesting idea I've just had. Is The Sims an art form? Now, hear me out.
I was going to
Do
say
you
yes
remember
and no.
back in like 2014, them rubbish Sims 4 machinimas?
Oh, God.
Does that count?
I mean, I guess so. It's animation design, isn't it?
Yeah, but they were terrible.
I did remember the Sims 2 ones.
Art
I
is
don't
as we've discovered.
Oh,
Art is
here
an
we go.
incredibly broad field.
Apparently, yeah.
It is.
Art is as Caden so beautifully read for us earlier. It's a very wide definition.
Right.
Because even here's how you can tell anything's a wide definition. If you put it in Google and then they use that word in a sentence to describe the very thing that they're meant to be talking about and defining, you know it's an open topic.
Art didn't actually include itself in its definition.
Yes, it did.
No, he
No, it
didn't.
didn't.
It said art and the word arts in the second one.
No, because he said the art of the Renaissance.
Yeah, but
No,
that's in the
that's
example.
the
I'm talking
example.
about the actual one. I swear there was.
No,
You're lying. You're lying to
no,
us.
I've just checked
Not
again.
lying.
It's
I
not
was
there.
simply wrong, so I do apologise. But the point is that it is very broad as well. It is, but that's what I like though. It'd be much interesting if we talked about like, let's talk about this one specific event at 4:59 p.m. at this exact date and this exact location. That's what I like about these broad topics, because we can actually just go into depth about it and see.
Because when we
different
ramble,
perspectives.
it actually makes sense.
Well, I also think as well, it's not like one of those things where it's just they're like yes and no. It's like, I'm going to use the most random example, but if we both said, let's say we made an episode about like beans. I'm being so stupid here when I say this, by the way. We would never. But if we
Or
did,
would we?
do you like beans? Yes, no. Almost the end of that. Or if both of us just randomly said no, well, that's it pretty much. You know what I mean? That's why like improv, for example, you try not to say no because it's dead wall.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though with beans. That's also a broad topic.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
No,
is.
it's-
Yes, it is.
Wait, huh?
Do you like baked beans?
Yes, I do.
Do you like runner beans?
Yes, I do.
Do you like green beans?
Yes, I do.
See, I could go on forever if I knew any more types of beans.
I think comparing beans to art, Tom, is two completely different
Well,
forms
hang on.
of
Could you make art out of beans?
Yeah, you technically can.
There you go. So beans
Look
are
at all the
art.
Heinz Beans adverts.
Beans are art.
What
there
about
you
like
go.
that pasta you could get that had like the alphabet on it?
Well,
Like-
alphabety spaghetti.
yes.
Right. Is that an art?
If you use it as so, I don't think
Because
it
it's
was
just
intentionally.
shaped.
I don't think it intentionally was made for art, but I think you could. Because what about if you made like a political statement with it, for example?
How are you going to make a political statement with alphabety spaghetti?
You get quite a few. You go through it, and then you put some kind of message out there, and you could
Mhm.
make it represent something.
Hypothetically, what would you use alphabety spaghetti
Okay, so let's talk
to
about.
represent?
Okay,
Go
so
on.
so here's an example for you. So obviously, as we annoyingly know, Tories hate children and hate anything that comes for free, like free school meals.
Right.
If someone had decided to make a billboard advert using alphabety spaghetti?
Alphabety spaghetti.
Yeah. If someone decided to use that saying like go to Parliament, stop the ban of free school meals, that in a way is some kind of art form. It's a message that's going out there and it's visual.
Yeah, but who's going to look at that written in alphabety spaghetti and think, you know what? I'm going to get behind that.
Well, I think you can get made fair about anything if you know like what the message is. As long as the message is clear and it's actually being direct to where it says, yeah, it can be a bit abstract in some senses. But as long as they actually know what's going on, I
Yeah, but
think...
if I saw that on like a billboard, I'd be like, what the hell is that?
But that's the problem, Tom.
What's that doing up there? Why have they got alphabety spaghetti?
But if you looked at the bottom where the message is saying what to do, I would totally just be like, I get subscription emails from change.org all the time saying sign this petition.
I don't.
I do.
I don't think I've signed that many petitions.
It depends what you believe in, because I don't sign every petition, because I don't agree with every petition.
I've just hit my nose on the microphone.
That's not a form of in
That
itself.
is a form of art. That's visual
I don't know
art.
how you managed to do that
Slapstick, mate.
when I'm
Slapstick
sat
art.
here with a fish hook of a nose, and yet I don't bang my nose on the microphone at all. I do start to wonder if these cameras just look as like we're sniffing the microphones 24/7.
We can have a look on the YouTube.
That's true.
We got
And if
sent
you-
the link.
Well, if you'd like to have a look about whether we are sniffing our microphones at Phantom Radio right now, you can simply head to... Josh, where can we head to?
If you actually, the easiest place to find it is probably the Phantom Media Facebook at
Ooh.
Derby Student Media. For some reason, is the Facebook page, and there you will find the Facebook stream. We are on YouTube, but the YouTube is.
Oh, no.
That's great! I love that.
Put that on the next advert.
Absolutely not.
But yes, the YouTube is slightly more difficult to find.
It's also a bit delayed, I've noticed.
Well, yes, I could tell you how much the delay is if you really
Oh,
want.
go on. Because it says it's live. This is a scam. This is a shambles.
It's not our
The
fault, is it?
delay is about 20 seconds.
That is long.
That is...
It's because I set the stream to be normal latency, and because we don't need the people don't need to hear
The
you.
people want to hear in real time. About art.
Then the best place to listen is on the radio, because the delay there is about 12 seconds.
That's still long.
Yeah.
My
The internet
goodness.
is slow.
Dear God.
The reality is the internet is quite slow.
Well, boy, that is really interesting. But I think it's time we head on to a break.
Oh, Caden, thank goodness.
At least someone noticed.
Okay, neither of you are
I
going to
can't
introduce
read it
yourself.
from here. I'm short. Not short-sighted,
I'll,
just short.
I'll do the first song.
Okay.
This is a song that's near and dear to my heart.
Oh, no.
This is Fireflies by Owl City.
And we are back. So, I was about to say that I think the next part we should discuss is all about designer clothes.
Oh no,
Art or not art.
not art. Rubbish. Terrible. There's no need for them. Too expensive. Ridiculous.
See, I completely disagree with that.
It's ridiculous.
No.
Have you seen Supreme? It's a white T-shirt with a red bar on it.
Supreme used to be better.
Give me one bucket of red paint and a paintbrush. Boom, done.
No, but it does. Right, so I'll give you an example about it, how it actually means something. Christian Louboutin, the infamous shoes, right? Do you know where he got the red inspiration from for his shoes, which is now seen as a powerful status to shoes?
I don't really care because it's too expensive.
Right, well, the point is that he originally saw it from his assistant's nail polish. And he was inspired by his assistant's nail polish to start. He actually, at the very beginning, Christian Louboutin painted the bottom of his shoes with only red nail polish, which is where the colour comes from. So he started painting it with that. And then eventually he just saw it as like, it was a powerful symbol, which is why a lot of celebrities now talk about having like red bottoms, you know, shout out to Cardi B, of course, as a prime example of her mentioning about red bottoms, about their shoes. And it was just seen as like a powerful symbol. And in terms of like also
A powerful symbol of what? You keep saying a powerful symbol.
well, it was
What
just seen
does
as
it
like
symbolise?
it was just seen like a high. So you know, for example, in history, purple is always seen as like a royal color. And the more
Yes.
purple you, it's like that, but with shoes, but with red. You know, and in terms of like the craftsman of the shoe, he also wanted them shoes to be very made for women, So like the arch of the shoe was actually, it was very tall, but also at the very bottom it was very short where the toes were, because he wanted, and this is not my words by the way, he wanted to make almost like a toe cleavage to symbolize femininity. I'm not joking.
What?
I'm not joking. Not my fault
That's
about it.
ridiculous. That's not art.
I think it is.
He's just a pervert.
No, I think it is though, because I see that it obviously took time. Because these shoes are very infamous now. They're very signature. You know when
They're
someone's wearing
infamous for being
Louboutins.
too expensive. I'm
No,
going to see
that's-
how much.
I think they're like average price is $415.
450.
That is not a lot compared to most designers. I will say. I've seen some look at Gucci's stuff.
I've got no
I
interest.
don't really care.
I don't
See,
care
I do,
either.
and
I
that's the
don't
problem.
like brands. They're rubbish.
See, I just care more about the artmanship that goes into it, which is like
I
someone
mean,
like
artmanship. There's no artmanship into
There is.
Have you seen the Gucci stuff?
Well,
It's just
Gucci's
like
tacky.
yeah, but they go.
I don't like
they
Gucci
go
anyway.
there and they're like, "What's like the weirdest stuff
That's true.
we
A lot
can
of them.
whack on?"
But I think that's a major problem about the fashion industry in general nowadays. That a lot of them are trying too hard to be fashion because they've got to keep uprising each other because they've seen everything already the industry has. Do you know what I mean?
No.
And nowadays, a lot of it doesn't have any meaning. When Jean-Paul Gaultier was getting... What?
You're gonna go on one massive ramble
No,
to
I'm
try and
not.
explain why it's fine to sell like $50,000 shoes.
I don't think it's necessarily fine about
It's
it.
not good.
I'm not saying...
They're not good designs. They're not good art. If they're any form of art,
Some
they're
of
the
them
lowest
are.
form. No, that
Some of
you
them
pull
aren't.
one up on your phone right
I
now.
said some of them are.
Yeah, you pull on a good one.
I said some of them are.
Pull up a good.
Jean-Paul Gaultier is probably my favourite though. Also just because him as a person, he was very inclusive of everybody. And I
I don't
appreciate
care
that.
about the person.
I do.
He's still selling
If you're
it.
expecting
too
me
much.
to pay a lot of money for a designer, that designer better be a good person. Who is that? What you lot won't know.
Why pay a lot of money for a designer when you can get the same thing for £10 from Primark?
Oh well, I'm not a clothes snob. I will literally go anywhere.
Just go to Primark.
Well, nearly anywhere. I won't
don't
go
buy
Shein,
brands.
but that's because I don't believe in the ethics.
Right, now that we've reached a pause in this conversation, I should say hello to the 9 people who are listening.
That's a record. That
I think it is a record for this show.
we usually only get 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Look
So
at us.
if you're listening, get in touch either with myself, Tom, or Caden, or you can message the Phantom WhatsApp. The number is 07423 457 336. That's 07423 457 336. Send us a WhatsApp. Or you can get in touch on social media. We are at Phantom Media US on Instagram and Twitter, or Derby Student Media on Facebook, where you'll also find a live stream showing those two gentlemen's lovely faces and me.
And to reach out to my personal socials, you can at me at shady_avocado, no capital letters, on all social media. That is shady_avocado, no capital letters.
I can't remember, man.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on.
Do you know what he needs? He needs one of those business cards that people just hands out. They're just like,
Just for himself.
No,
like,
but
oh, if,
I've got different names though for different things. My
Why?
but
Instagram
that's
is
why you
power_pal_1.
oh my god.
I'm pretty sure my Twitter's. Yeah, my Twitter is just at powerpal1.
Love
How do you not know this? Do you not keep moderation of your socials?
I don't care.
Do you not care about the people who listen to
No
this?
one listens to me on them.
No one listens to you in general, though, to be fair.
Except for
to
that
you.
one time I made the best song ever.
I tell you
The
who should have listened to
greatest
Tom, though.
crash
I will admit
course.
there is one time that people should have listened to you, and that is when both me and you was making about an uprising about cold pizza.
Yes.
I
Cold
am
pizza, is
in
that a
this
form of...
right
Actually,
now.
I had a bit the other day.
So
Bit
for
cold
the
pizza.
record-breaking 9 current listeners that are listening to this, please do get in touch with all of our personal socials. Personal. That's what I meant. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, please at us for hashtag Team Cold Pizza or hashtag Team
Can't
Hot
believe
Pizza.
you're
Or to-
bringing this
or
back.
to stay more on topic.
I'm bringing this back.
Get in contact to tell us what you think about expensive shoes.
I
Is it
remem-
art or is it not?
And remember, you can at me at all social media at shady_avocado, no capital letters. Yes, that is at shady_avocado, no capital letters.
Or
Yeah.
if you want to get in touch with me so that I can see it and show it to these two, Phantom Media US, because they're not actually going to look at it during the show, are they?
I will.
Okay.
I would, but I've got no internet.
There we
my
go.
gosh. But I do, so I mean, at shady_.
All right, we've had our half an hour of
Okay.
advertising. Let's get back to the art.
Let's get back to the art itself. So actually, do you know what we didn't get into depth with earlier?
Well,
Tell us about your drawing.
my drawings, I need to have a look at them. They've changed recently.
no,
They've
why
changed.
don't you at least describe it to the listeners, Tom? Because I don't know if you're aware, Tom,
I need to describe it to myself
but
first.
we are mostly an audio show.
No,
and then-
I know that. It's just that recently I haven't done much. So I need to have a look what I've done recently.
Okay.
So I
give-
can... It's just
Take
pixel
your
art.
time. We're only on air. Take
It's
your
just
time.
pixel art recently. It's weird stuff.
All right. Tell us all about that then.
All right, one's like a man in a duck mask jumping off a roof.
What does that symbolise?
I got
It
bored.
doesn't have to symbolise anything.
I'm just wondering because a lot of people do. Because
I
that
don't
seems very
do
abstract.
symbolism. Sometimes I do symbolism. Not a lot.
Abstract can be very symbolic.
All right. To you, what does that symbolise?
Caden, describe it for the listeners.
Okay, so for anyone who is listening right now, it is a picture of a duck with. Have they got no trousers on?
That's a man in a duck mask wearing shorts and leggings underneath jumping off a roof. What does that symbolise?
Oh, and there's like a red. It looks
That's
like
the
Mars
blood
to
moon.
me. The blood moon. Okay, so there's a blood moon in the skies, and there's some writing behind it in red that says V.I.
Oh, for God's...
I
V
can't-
is for vengeance, is what it's supposed to say, but it's
Okay.
spelt
I
wrong.
thought it was meant to say Fears for Vendetta.
No, that...
Oh, that could.
See,
be,
I
actually,
ripped it,
fair.
to be fair, but, you know.
So that's what this symbolises: copyright issues.
No, because that's not V's for Vendetta.
Okay, well, to me, that symbolises it symbolises a man out of desperation.
What?
He's trying so hard. I think this is a man that's been suppressed his life for attention, and he's never been able to have volume. So now he's taking the time to have more volume, not just in
Right, hang
terms
on,
of his
hang on, I'll find
sounds, but
another
by
one.
how he looks.
I found one which... Here you are. This one looks a bit more symbolic. What does that symbolise, Caden?
Well, just for everyone listening as well, it is a man or woman or any
That's
person.
a man. It's
underneath
a
it.
man.
Okay, so it's a man according to Tom, in the
Tom
red.
was the artist, so...
What are you saying according to? That is my drawing.
I did not be right. So let me describe the picture for you. So it
Please
is
do.
a man in a red cloak with black knuckle gloves, and he's got his arm out, and it looks like there's some trees behind him, and this is drawn.
Where
with-
is this? And I'll show it to the YouTube. On your Twitter.
No, this will be on my art Instagram, which is PowerPal Draws. Probably power_pal_draws.
Is this with any capital letters?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter on Instagram. You just find it.
That's true, isn't it?
But what does that symbolise, Kane?
I don't know what that symbolises, Tom. It just looks like, I don't know what it's meant to be.
Could you shirt me so I can find the right one?
There you go. Is that
It's
one?
in
It is drawn in pencil and crayon by the looks
There's
of it.
nothing wrong with doing crayon art.
I didn't say there was.
It might
I'm just
be
saying
like,
it looks like there is.
I think there's one with like 5 drawings.
This is chicken.
Oh, you're
No
gonna
one
have to
will
go
get that
down. It's been a
reference.
while since.
Actually, whilst I'm scrolling through that Instagram, can anyone please message me if they understand the reference that I'm saying?
That's
when
a
it goes,
good one.
Which
Ooh, go
one?
on.
No. Next to that.
No, not the ginger
go,
one.
Right, go right 2 and
sorry.
then go down 1. There you go.
There you go. YouTube.
That's one of my
Go on
favourites.
Facebook, have a look.
It is chicken. That's the reference. I want everyone to at me on my personal socials if you get that reference. It is chicken.
What do you mean 2 years ago? Has it really been 2 years since I drew that?
79 weeks.
2 years
yeah,
ago, I
October,
renewed my
October
license.
2020. It says at the bottom there.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
what a year that was.
That was a good year for me. Apparently, drawing wise anyway.
Yeah, nice to
Look
know,
at that.
Tom. It was horrible for the rest of us.
That was my first ever drawing. I hate that drawing.
So, the drawing that he's on about, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
it
just-
looks like
There's
some...
the one Caden was on about, the one in your bottom left now. There you go.
God, you were going left, right, up and down, right and centre. It's
Well,
a
I
gridded
can't see where he's
system.
pointing, so
No,
I,
not
I-
you. No, not you, Tom.
I'm
Don't
just
worry,
saying.
Josh. Not critiquing
Yeah,
you.
describe this one for the listeners, Caden. Or Tom.
I just described that one.
Well, if I describe it, then it's going to be the actual thing. But
this is
Go
it's
the
not
for
going
it.
to make.
red cloak one for
All
reference.
right, so this is a character I've called the Red Mage.
Okay.
He used to be an assassin.
Mm-hmm. I
He
see
was
that.
he was blinded because he killed someone's fiance.
Okay. Sounds like Nottingham.
He's also I don't know how. He's missing a
Wow.
finger because I thought it was cool. And he's in a place which is the personification of time itself.
Okay.
I'm not sure you can personify time, but
It
whatever.
is a
no,
very
but
good
in
drawing.
the
to be
idea
fair.
of
You
Yeah,
are
yeah.
you are clearly very skilled at drawing. To be
no,
fair,
I'm not. Not recently. It's been terrible
An
recently. I've been
artist's
burnt out.
worst critic is themselves, isn't it? Maybe that's something we could lean into
Yeah, but that
later.
one's good.
Yeah, but I said that it was good as someone who is a non-drawer. I said that that's good, and you immediately was like, no,
No, hang on. Which one did you say? That one?
yes.
No, that one is good.
Well, what do you think else? There's no other one on the screen, Tom.
But if you look through them, there'll be some which are terrible. I know there's one, at least.
But has anyone said that to you?
No, I'm very proud of the one
Actually,
with the
it
horse.
doesn't matter if anyone says that to you, Tom, because at the end of the day, it is your art, and as long as you are
You find
happy with
that
it,
there
that's
he is,
all
the
that
cowboy.
matters.
What does that
Oh, yeah.
cowboy symbolise?
Well, can you describe the image for us, please, Tom?
It's. Why don't you describe it as a non-artist?
Well, why don't you describe it as the artist?
All right, it's a man who is a cowboy
Okay.
on a black stallion
Mhm.
on his way down to a town in a canyon.
Nice, very nice. I do like anything to do with the Wild West, to be fair.
Now, what does that symbolise? Because it doesn't symbolise anything
I'm just
to me.
asking, why are you asking me? I'm not the artist.
Because you're the one who's on about like symbolism in art. What does that symbolise?
Well, I'm just saying it can mean... Just because it doesn't mean anything to you doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything to anything else. What do you think, for example, about like the Mona Lisa?
It's rubbish.
Oh.
Pull up a picture of the Mona Lisa.
Oh.
It's rubbish.
If you want the soundboard up, Josh, now is the time to get some sounds. How controversial.
I don't like the Mona Lisa.
Do you not?
No, it's rubbish.
Oh, what is that one? Is that...
No, we don't need. We don't need to see the one that's taking a selfie. Look at it.
I love all the remakes of it.
Everyone says it's like the best.
I
Art in
think
the
it's one
world.
of those...
He made a mistake. Look, what's that supposed to be? There's a line
Well,
across her forehead.
Wrinkle.
There.
You also are...
He
You're
Could
not
be a
look-
veil. It could
nah,
be part of...
he messed up the hair.
You also
Telling
are
you.
looking at a digital version of it. You're not looking at the actual one in
That
real
is
life.
the actual one in real life.
But you're not looking at it properly. Because someone could have made a mistake uploading that. You need to go see the actual one for yourself, which
What,
I believe
from
is
wikiart.org.
I believe it's in Paris.
It's in France.
In the
yeah.
Louvre, yeah.
In the Louvre.
In the Lou.
Wow. Oh, because you think it's... Alright, next next one.
But it's just, look at it.
I think it's definitely Uncanny Valley because it's one of those illustrations that you just look at and think, is it following me with its eyes every time that you move? I wonder how they do that, to
I
be
don't know
fair.
about that because like she's clearly looking that way.
See, I think she's looking straight forward.
She's not.
But do you think she's looking at you from where you're sitting?
No, she's looking over my shoulder.
Okay.
She's looking past me. From where I'm sitting, it's sort of like we're out on a dinner date and she's just seen someone walk in.
See, from where I'm looking at, she's looking directly at me.
No, how?
Because that's how it looks to me, Tom.
That's
as
just
the
perspective,
viewer.
mate. That's perspective.
Exactly, and that's what art is all about.
And I hate it. I hate perspective. You know what the most annoying thing to draw is? Hands.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's ridiculous.
I did one of those pop art, like, you know, the one with like the hand spraying the hairspray. You know which one I'm on about, don't you? It's like
No.
a form of pop art. Anyway, I think it might be Andy Warhol, but I don't want to stereotype pop art, which is being Warhol, because there's so many other ones as well. But I accidentally draw, like, basically it like shows like the fingers like going like curling like that, and then like
Yeah.
this one being used, the index and
No,
the thumb.
that one's easy.
Yeah, but I accidentally drew that there was 6 fingers underneath because I only did 4 instead of 3.
Well, that's just silly of you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I didn't claim to be an artist. Well,
Yeah,
I am
but
an artist.
No,
But
but
not
then
in that sense.
did you then twist that round to your side? Because I do that.
I did. I just said that they had a fat finger.
Because I'll make a mistake and then it's like, oh no, I've done 6 fingers on that. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be.
Embrace the mistakes, Tom, in life. Embrace the mistakes in life, Tom.
I do.
Yourself?
Exactly.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Embrace the mistakes, and hey. it's
Yeah,
like
no, but it's different when you're doing a drawing.
Yeah, but it's like what we say whenever we're on stage performing at the theatre, you know, as long as no one else can visibly see you making the mistake, you go ahead. I'll give you a very good example.
No,
in
but I
that
could
case.
see it in the drawing.
No, but I'll give you a very good example in that case. Josh, do you remember when you came to see mine and Tom's unfortunate devising piece?
Let's not talk about
And
it.
I was basically being very critical about myself afterwards, saying that.
Yes, you were. You were very critical about yourself.
I was being very critical, to be fair. And I said that I made like a massive mistake, and you had said like, "Oh, don't worry."
Like I couldn't tell.
There you go. That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
but it's different with drawings because you can tell more. It's easier to hide it when you act, but if there's something wrong in a drawing, you'll see it.
I don't think that's necessarily
Okay,
true.
I can mention something that happened at MT before I think it's nearly time for another break.
It is.
So the week after Easter, oh god, it was only last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was working tech for MT, which is musical theatre, and we were at Data, and it's an interesting venue. But so during the Friday night show, because we did two shows, one on Thursday, one on Friday, and during the one of the first scenes, so some of the techies had built this kind of cart, which because they were doing Seussical, which has
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
you've seen it. So on the front of this cart, this wooden cart which someone was sitting on, they had this piece of cardboard which had a tree on it because it was Horton sitting in a tree.
Read.
Are you vaguely?
I know
you're
of Horton
vaguely,
Here's a Who.
yeah, that it's that Horton, yeah. So Horton was sat in the tree with his egg and his nest, and the front of it just falls off
Ooh.
midway through a song because it just velcroed on.
Oh no.
So it was quite funny. Me, because I'm stood at the right at the top of the data in the control room,
Right.
and I radio Alex saying, the front's just fallen off the truck.
Oh my god.
But it's fine. Thing 1 and Thing 2 came on and fixed it, so it was fine.
I love that. So we are like Thing 1 and Thing 2, aren't we?
No,
No,
we're
you're not.
not.
You're not secretly stagehands.
We could be. I mean, you are
And
we're
we're also not the same.
No, you're not.
we're definitely not the same.
So we're not
like,
thing 1 and thing 2.
No.
But we could be one day. Anyway, we should
Shall
get
we
straight
go
on
for
to
a break?
We should go to the song "Get Lucky" by Daft Punk featuring Pharrell Williams. Back again for more on the topic of art today on Total Knockout.
Yes.
Hi, Tom.
Hello.
It's been a great break, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so where was we last talking about in terms of art?
My art. That's what we was on about.
We was, to be fair. I mean, anything you'd like to plug in real quick?
No.
That's fantastic. We've hit a wall there, haven't we?
What you want me to advertise my art?
Wall art.
Wall you mean
art.
graffiti?
Yes. Since we're talking about walls and art, let's talk about graffiti for a second.
There was one good one in Stoke.
There's a bunch of them in
I
Nottingham.
can't remember what it was, but it was something about death.
Well, graffiti ranges from, you could say, like, you know, Beth and Callum Together Forever on, like, any park swing to, like, actual, like rural masterpieces. You know?
What would you consider a rural masterpiece?
What's that artist, Banksy?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but that's the obvious
Yeah,
one.
but he did one in Nottingham before of a girl, like, falling off a bike. And it
No,
was
he did
so-
not do one in Nottingham.
Yes, he did.
Googling.
Why would
Please
he do
Google
one
it.
in
I'm pretty sure
Nottingham?
it's on Nottingham Road as well. The road might be wrong, but for sure in Nottingham. That's the one.
That's ridiculous.
That's the one. Thank you so much.
Give me a second, YouTube. Here we go.
Where's the Stoke-on-Trent Banksy?
So Nottingham's not great, but Stoke-on-Trent is the one to go to.
Exactly.
No,
I mean,
no,
no,
that's not
look at
statement.
look at the
That's-
full picture there.
What you want? You want it? Open?
No, the one next to it. The one next to it.
I will say, to be fair,
That one.
No. There, yeah, that's the one.
The
Look
one in
how
Nottingham
shady that street is.
yeah, I was just gonna say, to be fair, they pull it in like the worst
Someone's
area
been
possible.
mugged there.
Oh, absolutely, that's Radford in Nottingham.
But if he put one in Stoke,
You wouldn't be able to put it anywhere because all of it's rough.
exactly, he'd get shanked.
I mean, to be fair, when it came out that it was there, everyone was a bit like, huh? Why there? Because it is such an odd place to pull it. It's like in the roughest place possible. And also, that place is very packed. Like, as like where people live. It's like, you know how people talk about like house density? It is there's very little space and a lot of people living there at the same time. So I don't understand how we did it without
You
being
could
seen.
say it's densely populated.
You did
There
it at
you go.
night, mate.
There you go. But
Got to it.
that place is more active at night than it is during daytime.
Well, did during the day then? I don't know. I don't live in Nottingham. I live in the
No, but
legendary
yeah, but that particular
Stoke-on-Trent,
area is like a very
upon the River
it's like
Trent.
one of the more dangerous areas of Nottingham. It's very well known for its stabbings and all of that lot. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why he did it there though. Because like, do you know?
Why not?
Right, you see that pink like garage door thing, the shutter.
Yeah.
It's an old cob shop that's there.
An old what?
Cob shop.
Oh, we're not getting on
bat
this again.
shop.
It's a bat.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about this again, but a roll shop. We'll just say that.
I wasn't here when you talked about food. I'm completely.
no one
up for
heard
this
us talk
discussion.
No
about
one
it.
heard us all.
Yeah,
because,
no,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Someone
So-
didn't fix the things up, so
And someone didn't help me whilst he was
I
here.
don't know what I was doing. I haven't been trained.
There you go.
Would you like to be trained, Tom?
I can't be bothered,
There we
to be
go.
honest with you.
Awful.
So don't blame me.
I'm not
There you
blaming
go.
you.
You
I'm
better stand up
blaming
for yourself,
Caden.
Josh. Excuse me. We're not getting into this. Anyway, is it Banksy? Was I right?
Yes, he's Banksy.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Banksy.
Where's the Banksy Stoke?
Is
Go
this
on,
an
let's-
actual
Is there one
thing?
in Stoke?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I want to find this out. I hope there's not.
Googling.
Stoke. Let's go,
Stoke,
baby.
Stoke, my second favourite place in the world, defo. Oh,
Oh,
what's that?
Stoke Sentinel. Hang on.
No, we need to do is you need to click on the image first and then open the image in a new
Just
tab.
open up the Sentinel.
There you go.
Here you go, YouTube.
Ah, what does it say? Is that, what is it, 5, monkeys? Apes?
There are 5 monkey-like creatures.
Monkey-like creatures.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Well, what does it say? Because 2 of them have... So they're
Laugh
all...
now, but one day we'll be in charge and keep it real.
And what are they wearing? Like overalls or aprons or something?
I don't know.
They look like little like overalls. Dungarees.
Yes.
Love a pair of dungarees, I do. In fact, I'm wearing a pair of them right now. That's so...
Hang on.
Hang on.
Oh, there. That's the... Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think, Tom, that he's personally came down and...
It's ridiculous.
I don't think it is at all. I'd stay
It's
far away
ridiculous.
if I
What's
was
wrong
him.
with Hanley Banksy?
What's wrong with Stoke in general? That should be a different
Exactly.
episode.
Nothing.
Everything. Oh.
There's nothing wrong with Stoke.
I've seen plenty of TikToks that would disagree.
There's a Stoke TikTok.
No, but there's plenty of people who slander different cities. You want to download TikTok again?
I
don't
already
you?
have it downloaded.
I thought you said you didn't have it because you were too good for it.
Yeah, but then I realised you could look at cringe.
What do you think it was on there for? Right, anyway, not the point. Just because you didn't want to see the Charlie D'Amelios and the Dixie D'Amelio. I mean, who wants to see? They've actually, you know what, actually, none of them actual popular, quote unquote, popular TikTokers have never came up on my For You page. They've never. Addison Rae never came up. Noah Beck never came up. All of these. I know you lot might not know what I'm on about, but for the current 5 listeners who are listening.
I've no idea how many are on YouTube or the Facebook stream either.
Oh, well, to whoever's
But no,
listening
there's
to-
2 on the YouTube. Hello, YouTube.
Hello,
Oh,
YouTube.
what about if people are like family? I doubt that's it, but you know what I mean. I just wish sometimes I'm very hopeful in life, and I think that's what gets me.
Yeah, you're
far
far
more
too
optimism.
optimistic for this place.
I for anywhere pretty much at this point. I'm too
Yeah, just for the Midlands.
For my age.
For the UK.
Yeah.
for the UK.
get out.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. This government's going downhill as far as I'm aware. That's a different topic. We should definitely make a political episode.
Well,
It's your show.
It'd just be you talking because I don't follow politics.
No, but I could ask you your views. Oh, we can make it The View.
That's already a show.
I know, but we could make it
Do
into
you?
The View.
How do you know about The View? You don't know about The View.
I know about
What is
Whoopi
The
Goldberg.
No, okay, you're thinking about something else.
No, what?
The View is a political program in Northern Ireland that you.
There's
There's
but you're.
no
I'm
way.
thinking of the American one, the one with
Oh.
what's that Mardy lady? What's her name? There's like a conservative one in there. She's like an idiot. I forget.
Kelly Osbourne.
Not Kelly Osbourne. No.
I mean, it could have been.
Oh, a 1997 chat show.
Yes. I mean, it's still going on because
it?
what's that
Oh,
woman's
yeah.
name? Have a look what that
Oprah.
conservative name is on it. No.
Oh, am I supposed not? I'm just.
Oprah's her own talk show like Ellen.
Yeah.
well, not anymore.
No,
Is-
Ellen. Have you seen the news about Ellen?
She got shut down.
any of
Ellen and
those?
Jimmy Fallon.
No.
As of 2023, they'll no longer have their own shows. I need to read this article. No, but
Why?
thank God, so much has came
Why?
out about Ellen.
Hang on, what's happened with Jimmy Fallon though?
I don't know, but apparently there's been quite a bit of hate from him for some time. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's not valid. I just simply do not know. But I know in terms of Ellen, she's been very controversial in terms of how she treats people. Have you not seen the interview that she did with Dakota Johnson? Where Dakota Johnson basically was called her a liar at every single
Yes.
point. All right, who's Dakota Johnson then?
She's an actress.
Yeah, but from what movie?
Gone Girl.
Yeah, it's fair. All right.
There you go.
I was going to say 50 Shades of Grey as
I
well.
know it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, art. Graffiti. It's not really art, is it?
No, it is if it's done nicely, I suppose.
Yeah. If it's not vandalism.
Because there's wall art and then there's graffiti.
What about like political art, like during the war and that lot?
You mean like stuff
I enjoy
get
that you
people to join
say the
army?
war as though you remember it, Caden.
Oh yes, the very war back in my day. No, what I mean is, like
Propaganda.
Yes, that's the one I'm after.
Oh, that's-
propaganda.
Again,
I should
again
knew
it's
that.
graphic design. It's art.
And the best one was Uncle Sam. It was though.
I mean, it's definitely the
He
one
got
that
the
everyone
most
remembers.
people out, didn't it?
I mean,
I don't.
I
don't.
just remember the one of that woman, the one that's like that with her arm. You know what I mean? She's got like the red bandana on.
Just do that again for me, Caden.
No,
Do
no,
it
I'm
again.
good.
Just
I'm
just
good.
do that again for the
I'm
camera.
good,
For the
no.
camera.
No, I feel good. I'm not doing it for my flabby arms. Do you know what I mean? If I end up doing that, I'd end up flying out that window. Bingo wings, mate. You want Red Bull? Have a bit of these bingo wings instead.
What are you talking about?
Shocking.
Point is, that's the propaganda I remember. That and Uncle Sam are definitely the two. That is some kind of art though, because it's all political art.
I just remember the communist ones from Fallout. From Fallout, to clarify, not the real ones.
Oh my gosh, not this.
There are eyes everywhere.
But hey, there's art departments in like video games and that lot as well. Like video game companies. I'm sure EA has one, for example.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about EA's concept arts
Why not?
because they're not good.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's
actually.
better concept art.
What about Rockstar Games? Have you heard that another GTA is coming out soon?
It's just not though, is it?
It will.
Well, they've recently come out with
I thought that'd
GTA
been-
Online Plus.
Oh, I've heard
Everything's
about
got
that. It's
plus.
like a subscription, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you pay a subscription to get a free GTA 1 million each month.
You can spend that in less than a
You
day.
can spend that in less than a second.
I know. Some of the cars are worth more than that alone. I don't think you'd be able to buy a condo with that.
Well, you would, but
Yeah, but not a good one.
But
But not a good one.
don't
Anyway,
don't
that's
try and talk to me about the prices of GTA. All right.
I love GTA. I do.
I
It's one of-
If you pulled up GTA GeoGuessr, I'd be able to know that exact location without even moving the camera.
Fair enough. I mean, I bet you're one of them that studied the GTA 5 map because either you have
No,
no
I've
clue
just
about
played
it,
it
or
for
know it.
years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you probably just know it by now, and you've probably just like gone through it. I mean,
I could do the same with the Saints Row 2 map.
what art degrees are available at University of Derby, Josh? I'm sure there's loads of them. Can we get a research on this?
Textiles.
Can we see people's art that
Ooh.
they've done
Oh,
like now?
I don't know. Probably not.
the
Oh.
costume and design students are going to be very upset at you that you didn't think sewing was art earlier.
I don't care. Have you seen their designs? I'm gonna say it.
I just want to clarify that the words of Thomas Sharp do not reflect the actions and words and thoughts of Caden Langford Incorporated. I am repeating myself.
No, his
The
thoughts are
words and
worse.
thoughts are... No, then the
You should
words
hear
and-
what
So-
he's saying about his costume.
The expressed opinions of Thomas Sharp do not reflect Caden Langford and never have and never will. Thank you very much for listening.
All,
Tom,
I'm,
that is disgusting of you
all
to
I'm
say.
saying is I could do
Disgusting.
the same thing,
I very much
but
doubt it.
better.
So I quick scroll through the list.
Here we go.
Art and design undergraduate courses. There
Ooh.
is. This is a good list. I like this list. Animation, architectural technology, creative art, fine art, graphic design,
Hang on, what's the difference
illustration.
between creative and fine?
You're asking me questions I don't know the answers
Well,
to.
one of them's
Illustration, interior architecture, interior design, and product design are the art and design courses.
Ah, how many is that in total? Like 9?
Well, I wasn't including the with foundation years, so there's a
Oh no, don't include them. That's
one,
different.
2, 3, 4, 5, 10-ish. But that's that's
Ah.
art and design. Like there'll be more departments.
Oh, for sure.
because
For
like
sure.
textiles isn't in that list. I don't know what department it's in.
Don't forget the word design and everything.
Because there's fashion design and marketing.
Yes.
And then fashion and textiles. I
Yes.
think I've found the list for fashion and textiles. Yes, fashion design and marketing, fashion design, and fashion styling and communication.
Fantastic.
Fashion, styling.
Oh, I saw that one TikTok sound. Sensational. Sorry, I just had to say it. I had to get it out of my system.
No, you didn't, but you chose to anyway.
Yeah.
And we all now have to live with that.
We have to live with your regrets. Yeah, totally. I got it. No, that's so.
I feel like there's more, but
Do you think University of Derby is a very artistic place?
No.
Okay, so we've got Tom's words on it. Josh,
it depends on your.
what kind
It
of?
depends what you mean by
Well, okay.
artistic, as in.
It
is
has
the
a lot of
university-
courses. If you're saying, do you think they have a lot of
Well,
art
in terms
courses,
of like
then
what
yeah.
courses they embrace, so for example, like I know we talk about university, but like for example, a lot of the school. Actually, no, this one's about university. University of Nottingham, for example, they specialise in sciences, specifically medicine and science. I'm just talking about what do University of Derby specialise more in? Because I reckon either sports or art,
I can just look
It's
on the
not art.
Wikipedia.
some kind of art. May not be theatre art, so
No, but it's not art in general.
maybe.
It was originally Derby College of Art and Technology.
Oh my goodness! I'm surprised it's not sports though, but oh my goodness!
No, because the sports centre's basically new. You've got to
That's
remember
true.
that the sports, like, because where we are used to be the music recording studios. The West Wing, which is behind me, so for people not in the room. What behind the stage at Basecamp is the Phantom Radio Studios, and then further back is the West Wing, which used to be the sports hall, and down there I think there used to be an athletics track.
Ah, so interesting that is.
But yes, it used originally Yes, Derby College of Art and Technology becoming a university in 1992.
No, I was just
Ridiculous.
wondering because of how much they promote their sports. That's all.
It the uni I don't think
It doesn't support sports.
no, not support,
Same.
promote sports. It's the union.
Right, there you go. That's the
Because
difference.
money.
Money,
Cough,
money,
cough.
money. No.
No, it's definitely not about money. Why would it be about money?
No, not in this kind of world, surely.
No.
No.
Please give us money, thanks.
No.
Yeah, if someone could pay my wages.
Message me for my PayPal. Okay, so
No, you donate to Phantom Media. Let Phantom TV buy some cameras. They're all far too
Yes.
expensive.
in this kind of world, we all need it. So please do go ahead and donate to Phantom TV. That'd be much appreciated.
And also to my personal bank account.
Don't listen to him. I know what you're
I swear
like.
I'm running
You
low.
are-
Okay, the easiest way to give some money to Phantom TV is to buy badges. You can
There's
get
badges.
you can order custom badges
Ah.
made by my good self.
Oh.
Can you just give us some for free?
No, because
Oh.
No, Tom.
then it wouldn't be raising money, would it, Tom?
and it
Yeah,
also
no, but
wouldn't
it'd
be
be
ethical.
like cool, wouldn't it?
No, so if you have a badge design in mind and would like to get it made,
You could pay Josh.
you could pay Phantom TV
Oh.
to make it. And Phantom TV is currently me, Jess, and Jack Thomas. 'Cause there are three of us.
That's nice.
But I'm the only one on committee at the moment, so it will just be
yeah,
me.
yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, yeah.
So it will just be me making
So
your
what,
badges.
what if I designed a badge
If you had...
and then sold it off for a bigger price than you sold it to me for?
What's the contract underneath
Can
the
I make a
making of
profit
these
from
badges?
this?
Is what he's asking.
I don't know that you can make a profit from this.
That's what you think. I'll do it. I'll find a way.
It's propaganda starting. I just know it.
No,
Exactly.
so like if you have a logo of a club or a group, like I have an excessive amount of badges on my lanyard.
You also have an excessive amount of lanyards on you in general.
What have you got free?
You are like,
I have one for each day of the week. I just choose to wear 3 most of the time.
That's insane. I've got one.
You know, like the TikToks that people do, or like just a funny video in general of like what the teachers sound like in the hallways, their keys jiggling everywhere.
Yeah,
That is you
yeah.
as a living personification. I love it so much.
No,
'Cause-
like
See, I'm bad for that with my keys. 'Cause
yeah,
I-
where are your keys?
In my pocket.
Okay, well, you're not that bad then for your keys. So you're a liar.
No,
so you're
but
like
look how
on
much
the
I've
air.
got.
that
No,
is an
no, it
excessive amount of keys.
You know, no, it is for
See,
other
I
people
thought
when I walk around.
I
it's
think
just-
his is dead empty looking compared.
Like I thought I had a lot of keys. Throwing the Phantom key out.
just for YouTube. This is my
That's me.
set of keys.
Because for a while, me and Caden had 2 sets of house keys when we moved into Princess Alice.
What's mine?
That's rubbish.
Yeah, mine and Caden's are about the same size.
Yeah, but your guys are rubbish.
Yeah, but I was thought
'Cause
I had more.
look at this piece of
I
art,
will
right?
say-
Watch.
I will say, if I had all my club cards and like discount thingies on there, my keys would look a lot more full. But I don't have the physical ones ever.
Are you about to drink on the radio? I don't know that I can condone that, although I have drunk
There's
in this
nothing in it.
studio. Yeah, that's disappointing.
Unfortunately.
Give it me.
This-
Give it. Okay.
That's disappointing.
Okay.
But I can put stuff in it.
Save it for later.
I'm saving it.
You
for,
have every other
no,
time.
I'm saving it
2
for
hours a
backstage on
week.
Darknet when they
2
start,
hours
they
a
start
week, Tom. We
howling at me.
ask you to stay committed. 2 hours a week. Out of 168 possible hours a week.
I'm saving it for that one lecture where it's so boring. And then
Oh.
it's just,
To be
I'll get some
fair.
absinthe in here.
Yeah, to be
Not
fair.
me being
Look
young.
at that for my accommodation thingy. Look.
Shocking.
Mine's
But yes,
broke.
I'll like to close the topic of badges. If you have a logo or anything that you'd like made onto a badge, get in touch on socials at Phantom Media US on Twitter or Instagram, or on the Facebook at Derby Student Media, and yeah, I'll send you the form and we'll work out how much you want and what I'm going to charge you.
That is
There are
fantastic.
bulk discounts if you want to buy about 20.
So in other news, Josh is starting his own Redbubble page, is what he's saying.
You joke. I
He already has.
so my because I am a techie and I needed to do something for something, I needed to set up my own business.
Did ya?
And so I am now a sole trader and needed to obviously have a logo, which is that.
Ah.
Are you looking for employees?
No, because I'm a
sole
trader.
God damn it.
I don't know that YouTube can actually see that, but yeah. It's a little JB, but the B is a alto clef.
I like
Oh,
that.
one of them fancy things. I hate that.
See,
Why?
Because I've tried to learn piano. And I don't
You
like
don't
it.
need to know alto clef for piano. You just need to
Don't.
know treble and bass.
It's ridiculous.
You only need
It's
to know.
there on YouTube.
hey, Megan Trainor would say
Are
all
you
about
sure?
that bass.
On some weird ones I've seen. Bear in mind this was years ago,
Are you?
but I've seen it.
Are you thinking of the right musical?
Probably
symbol?
not.
That one.
I've seen it somewhere on a piano thing.
No, it's not really. It's the reason I have it on my logo is I play viola, which
I used
uses
to
that
play
clef.
viola.
How has this not come up,
I,
Caden?
because you've
What's
never
a
spoken to
viola?
me about this.
So viola is a proper violin.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
What's
I
the
mean,
difference?
It's
size.
it's bigger and better.
A violin is made for starters, and a viola is a big boy's toy.
That's ridiculous.
Essentially, it's what the grown-ups use. Hey, no, that was terrible.
that was
Wait,
the
hang
worst
on.
thing
There's
I've ever
microphones
seen.
in the way.
That will do. That's the best I'm gonna get.
There's microphones.
And then
in
a
the
cello
was
as if you were
horrific.
dangerous.
No, the double bass is if you like to be excessive.
Yeah, that's true. If you just want to show everyone you're big and hard, essentially, you get a cello.
Oh my god, when I was growing up back in Bedfordshire, there were two twins who were quite short. One of them played cello, and it was very funny because obviously it was bigger than them.
Oh, we know plenty of people like that, to be fair, in my primary school. I mean, I went straight for viola because I just knew it was made for the right people.
I can play a Guitar Hero guitar.
No,
If that counts.
guitar
No,
barely counts as an instrument.
I can
anyway.
only really do it on like medium and hard, but I'm getting there.
What about very hard?
No,
Yeah, there you go.
I can barely do it on hard.
There you go.
I'm glad I found this out about you, Caden.
I know, I can't believe it. I can't
we
believe
lived in the same flat for 3 and a bit months.
And
That's
I told-
shocking.
I told you there's a lot more to me than you know. I've told you there's so much behind me. Do you know what I mean? Normally a lot of regret, but there is a lot about me. And one of them I used to play viola all throughout primary school and a bit of secondary. There you go.
See, I started on the wrong instrument and then graduated to viola once I got to year 7, and it was year 9, and the violin was far too small for me.
See, I got introduced to the grand piano when I was younger. It's like my starting instrument because
Yeah,
because
because that's a
great
good
aunt.
place to start.
As like I know, as like my great aunt and my grandma, but eventually I was a bit like, no, I need something a bit more like involved with the hands, like you know, what I mean.
How is piano not involved
That's
with
just your
that?
fingers.
I have been
It's
trying for
essentially just
years
your
to do
fingers.
it.
You want the
It's
whole body motion.
Also, I have never.
There is whole body motion with piano.
Yeah, but
There
you
is when I do
Yeah,
it anyway.
do you know what I mean? You can make a whole theatrical performance out of playing the piano. I mean, you could with a viola, to be fair, because that's you
Here
know,
we go with the violas again.
it's
great.
It's great.
It is great, to be fair.
Shall
I'm
we do
happy
some more
with this.
music?
I
Yes.
think we absolutely should.
Here is High Love by Kygo and Whitney Houston.
Back again, one last time. We were just talking about over the break, ladies and gentlemen, about the fact that we were talking about emotions and how we read them as well.
Yes. So this kind of came up because I don't know how it came up, but it was me conducting. That is what it was. But I think actually what it is it's doing radio has meant that I am looking in people's eyes a lot more.
Same.
Because I can't, like, from where I'm sat, I can't see your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. You're knocking the microphone.
Oh
again.
my god, he's destroyed.
Well,
it.
maybe you can now after I've done that.
But like, I can, like, usually there's a lot of, especially for me and Dan, when we do a show together, there is a lot of eye contact to make sure we both know what's going on.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's the same when you're doing like stage combat and stuff, isn't it?
No.
No?
What, like in theatre?
I
I'm
don't know-
asking
I
a
don't know,
question.
Combat's weird. Because usually... I don't know how other people do it, but I use my peripherals.
That's
You-
interesting.
You sort of need to focus on where the thing's coming from, but also focus on where you're going to hit next. So it looks like you're looking at the person, but you're actually looking around here.
Right, okay.
So, you know...
I guess
It's
I just
weird.
assumed that you'd be constantly making eye contact with the other person to make
no,
sure
it's
that
about where they're hitting.
See, I mean,
stuff.
we was discussing this, and I was just saying, like, just from a perspective of someone who studied psychology before, that actually, rather than looking at eyes of the face to see people's emotions, I actually tend to look at the mouth.
Yeah.
Well, that's just easy, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I was just looking at it not only just from like psychology, but also just from like a height perspective. Because normally, if I've got to look at someone's face, it's a lot easier for me to just look at their mouth than it is straight to their eyes. Because otherwise, I've got to arch my neck more, and I'm not all about that life anymore.
No, because I realised that I would watch people's mouths to try and lip read because I think like I must just be going slightly deaf. Or
Well, no, I
something.
tell you what that is as well, because you know what that reminds me of, and I know that you're not necessarily like the biggest like person of it, but like nightclubs, for example.
Yes.
If someone's trying to talk to you in a nightclub, even if it's just one of you, like I
Yeah.
will look. I like the first thing I do is look at your mouth because I'm
Because
thinking
you can't
of,
hear anything.
Yeah.
yeah. But what I'm saying is that like I'm not focusing on just the emotion at the moment, but I'm also focusing on like what you're just trying to say at all.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like that's the whole thing. It's like using all the senses to understand someone, basically.
Yeah, like eyes are the windows to the soul, but the mouth is the doggy door to the person's feelings. Do you know what I mean?
What? No. Why a doggy
It's
door?
just because it's like that's where
I've
you know
never
what I
heard
mean?
that before.
That's ridiculous.
I made that up on the spot. Actually, I
Yeah,
feel quite
there
great
we
about it.
there we go. That explains
It's
a
not a
lot.
real
That
thing.
explains
But not be a
a
real
lot.
thing. That's just
Thank
creepy.
you. No, what I'm saying is that that's where it comes out because I find it funny that we talk about eyes are the windows to the soul, but you know we're more about like verbal talk. So that's I don't understand why we don't look at the mouth more. Maybe it's seen as a sign of flirting to look at someone's mouth. I guess if you're looking just at their lips, I heard that's
dunno.
a thing. Like if you talk to someone, like I know it sounds stupid, whatever, but like if you like look at someone's lips, and it means like you kind of want to like kiss them or something. Is that like? I'm sure that's a thing.
What if the person's just got like rotten teeth and you can't help but look?
Well, that
and it's
too
like,
as well. Like if they've got like broccoli, something stuck between their teeth, and you're kind of just staring at it like this green
It's not
thing.
really flirting then, is it?
Well, they might think so. I mean, if you're from Nottingham, that is a common occurrence. So I don't know in that case, you know, but that's what I think of anyway.
I
but
feel as though we've come a long way from art.
Yeah.
I think it is
it's-
an art form, though.
What?
What is
Looking at people's mouths?
No.
No, but in terms of reading people's facial
No,
expressions
that's
in
not,
that
no,
way.
That's
no,
not
no.
art.
It's gotta be.
I'm very flexible with my definition of art.
Well, in theatre, we told not to make
Don't
it so
point at me.
obvious. I'm not pointing at just you.
What were you
So,
told to
like,
make
for
less
example,
obvious?
in terms of like facial expressions, like sometimes it's too obvious. Like if you're sad,
No,
you've
you've got it
That's
wrong.
not what we're saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're saying reading people's facial expressions is art. No, the facial expression can be part of the art of theatre of
that's what
acting.
I mean.
And you also got it wrong because you're supposed to do more with your facial expressions in theatre.
I'm not saying
It's
that.
TV
I'm
where
not
you
saying
don't.
no. I'm not saying that. I mean, in terms of actual just acting in general, you don't make it not too obvious. I mean, obviously make it bigger and better than what it is. But like, you don't want to just. It's so basic acting. Just be like, okay, I'm sad. So now here's a frowny face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I'm gonna
Maybe
write a
that just
performance-
reflects your grade, Tom.
I'm
huh?
going to write a performance one day, and that'll be it. It's I'm sad, a frowny face, and that's it.
Well,
Just to
actually,
annoy you.
so I've been in touch with a friend recently who's into slam poetry, and she wants to start an organisation regarding it. And I've actually sound like I want to be interested in it because apparently you can start to do like, you can make it part comedic but part emotional, and I think that describes me perfectly.
I don't really know what slam poetry is.
I'm still
I've
getting
done
into it.
poetry. I don't get slam poetry.
It's like it's very expressive and it's quite deep as well. It's not one of those things you get into if you either don't like deep stuff. It's one of those things you don't get into it if you feel like you're gonna cry at any moment. Like there's a lot of heavy-handed topics. Obviously, luckily
if
we
I
don't
did a
know this
funny
person.
one?
We don't know this person. My friend was describing, for example, there was someone who was there and she was talking about an abusive relationship she used to be in. But like a very dark abusive relationship, obviously, and like all the physical, sexual and like emotional stuff, and like they're turning that into like an art form and like getting that across.
Now, what if I did a funny one?
You can do like part and part because I was asking about it as well. So they're like, well, a lot of my trauma I joke around with because I'm luckily at that point in my life where I can turn it into a laugh, but like also, I think I just naturally. I'm better at more comedic stuff and comedic timing than emotionals. No, as an actor, I think I'm better at more comedic and camp things than I am at being emotional, which explains a lot of my choices that I make when acting. And so, yeah, you can make it a bit of both almost to put that in. It's kind of like, think of it as like an even deeper monologue, but there's no set rules into how to do it. That's what slam poetry is, from what I've gathered.
I feel as though we got quite serious at the end there. So
I know.
Yeah.
Out of all things-
I have a question which I said earlier, but I don't think you heard me.
Oh.
Is this show art?
Nah.
I think it is.
Nah.
I think it is to a degree. No, to a degree.
It's not, though, is it?
I think it is to a degree. In my opinion, we have, at the end of the day, have we invented radio? No, of course not, right?
No.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We're not whoever invented radio. But have we crafted something together and kind of put in elements of what we like and what we do, whether we've necessarily planned it out or not?
I mean, I showed up like halfway through, so no.
You didn't.
No, this is
This
something.
is a
So
different show.
yes, we're alluding to the fact that this is Caden's 10th episode
Yes.
on the radio.
Anniversary to me.
Yeah, 10 2-hour slots,
Yes.
of which
20 hours.
You've almost done a day.
I thought it was something else, and I
I
got
said
very...
a day. There was a D there.
there
and
was
there will always be a D.
yes, it was definitely day.
Okay.
But no, so Caden 10 shows, most of which have been recorded.
Most.
Technically, it's 9,
Wow.
really.
Wow. Okay, so maybe 9 shows instead.
shall we say 9 1/4?
9 and 3/4, like the platform in Harry Potter.
No, you're being
no,
too generous
No,
there.
there was no way you got 3/4 of
We
that.
didn't even get a quarter.
You got about 20 minutes at the end of that show. I know because I listened to it.
9 and 2/16.
No, I'm not giving you that.
Fine,
no.
fine.
You have 10 episodes of the show, this show and the one before it.
Yeah. So no, you aren't new because this is a different show.
Right.
You were new to Phantom, but this show
It's
came,
new.
I still don't think this show's art.
Do you know?
I think it is. I think it is in a way. Do I necessarily think it's a typical example of art? No, I don't. But do I think in a way? I mean, think about it. Art is something that you craft and you make together, and it's something that you display out to an audience. Do I feel like that's something that we're doing? I think it is in a way. I'm not saying it completely is art because it obviously is not. But I'm just saying I think there's some parts of it.
I'm just a straight up no. We're conflicting
Yeah,
here. This ain't like cold pizza.
Yeah, he's very. He's a closed question psychologist. Yes or no answers only, please. He just wants to get straight to the point and
Well,
go
no,
home.
no, because I can explain my side of it. It's just entertainment.
No, go on
it's
then,
not
it's fine.
art. It's just entertainment.
You've only had 2 hours to explain it,
All right.
Tom.
I've only been given 2 minutes.
That is so exciting, though. Is this what his 5th show, 5th episode?
That's your 5th
So you've
show.
had-
Nice.
So you've been here half the time that I have. Do you know what I mean? And obviously Josh has been here for ages, so
I'm just always here.
Josh is literally
Just
sleeping
eternal.
here. I mean, sorry to that mattress under cupboard. I knew it. After all
Don't
the
spread
time.
the rumours. They're not true.
They're just rumours, just rumours. Let us know on social media if you think that's true. But
So
anyway,
we have made it to 9 o'clock.
we have
Yes.
officially. It's been a fantastic episode. What a very deep pod as well it's got into.
It got deep at the end there,
It did. Very philosophical. We'll definitely have to come back to something like this again. Maybe for another future.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. But anyway, thank you so much for everybody listening. We've had a current record-breaking 9 listeners today
Thanks,
just on the
everybody.
radio alone. So thank you so much for tuning in. This has been TK Turtle Knockout starring
Tom.
and Caden. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Hope you have a nice night.
Here's Reach Bias Club 7.
Yes.
Hey.